Guys, I'm sure that you have heard that Perfect Keto came out with the very first dairy-free, gluten-free keto bar. It's almond butter brownie flavor. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that they have given the Healthful Pursuit community a super crazy, rich, awesome offer to try these bars for the first time. You can go to perfectketo.com/HP-bars40 to get 40% off your order of keto bars. Now, this offer is only good until November 9th, 2018 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. Now, if you're like, keto bar, what up? Leanne, tell me more. Each bar has 3 grams of net carbs. They do not use sugar, alcohols, dairy, or junk ingredients, and it's formulated to minimize blood sugar spikes. The bar is great for long trips, epic sailing adventures in my case, or just a quick breakfast when there's no time for a fatty coffee. They're sweetened with stevia, but it's not a gross stevia taste. However, if you hate stevia, I wouldn't recommend trying these bars. I like them because they're convenient, they have collagen, and they use cacao butter instead of milk garbage. Now, again, you can get 40% off your order from today to November 9th, 2018 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific by going to perfectketo.com/HP-bars40. Now, once you go to that link, you might be typing it in, or you might go to the show notes to get the link. When you go there, you're going to see the normal person price for the bars. Add them to your cart, go to your cart, start the checkout process, and on the right-hand side, you're going to see that 40% discount applied. Again, that's perfectketo.com/HP-bars40. If you're unsure of the link, you can check today's show notes for all the details. Welcome to the Keto Diet Podcast, the show all about keto for women so you can burn fat, balance your hormones, and heal your body. Starting and maintaining keto can be challenging without the right support. So just for listening to the podcast, I want to give you 20% off the keto beginning with the coupon code Keto Podcast. That's all one word. This 30-day program gives you a clear step-by-step how-to so you can quickly adapt to a ketogenic diet, avoid common struggles, and get the results you crave. Go to healthfulpursuit.com/begin to get your keto beginning discount today. If you're new around these parts, I'm Leanne Vogel. You may know me as the international best-selling author of The Keto Diet, founder of happyketobody.com, or maybe you know me as the nutritionist that likes dipping pork rinds in avocado oil mayo. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Thanks so much for listening. Okay, let's get this party started. Hey guys, it's Leanne from Healthful Pursuit, and this is another mini-sode of the Keto Diet Podcast. You can grab the podcast extras by heading on over to healthfulpursuit.com/podcast/X22. And one cool thing that I want to share with you guys before we get started with the mini-sode, and this just happened, is that my paperback book, The Keto Diet, is now an audiobook that is on Audible right now. So I've had so many questions about whether or not we're going to turn The Keto Diet into an audiobook, and it finally happened. So I'm pretty excited to share that with you. I know it was a long time coming. The book launched April 2017. It's now November 2018. But hey, I was busy going on tour a bunch of times, launching Happy Keto Body, now writing 2 other books. It's been quite crazy. So if you want to start listening now, check the show notes for the link, or just head on over to Amazon or Audible, type in Leanne Vogel or The Keto Diet, and it should pop up. Okay, today I want to chat with you guys about the signs that point to whether or not keto is right for you, or just how to navigate keto if you have certain concerns. So the first is, will keto work for me if I'm taking hormones? So my answer is yeah, but if you're of reproductive age and you're on hormone replacement therapy of any sort and you want to do keto or change your eating style in any way, make sure that you are eating enough on your ketogenic diet. Take it easy on your workouts, and if you're not adjusting well, you can try carb ups. Another question I get is, will keto work for me if I'm in perimenopause? My response is generally always yes, but know where your hormones are at before starting and get your levels tested. Be aware that your levels might change as you start keto. I developed a 12-week video training program for women called Happy Keto Body. You can find out more by going to happyketobody.com. The next class will be opening up at the beginning of January, and we chat a lot about perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, and just regulating your hormones all through your ketogenic life, depending on what stage you're at. So I definitely recommend checking that out, which ties into the next question I get, which is, will keto work for me if I'm in menopause? My answer is always yes, because in menopause, you'll be able to eat low carb longer without affecting your hormones. And if you really want to get into menopause and keto and all the things, happyketobody.com. Next question I receive often is, will keto work for me if I'm eating high protein, low carb? So yeah, keto will work for you great, but it will be a little bit of a transition. If you're eating high protein, low carb, you may not be in ketosis, depending on how much protein you're actually consuming. Now, this is where things get a little iffy because I've met a lot of people who eat a ton of protein and are massively in ketosis. So it really depends on your body. So you can start by replacing some of the protein that you're generally eating in your daily meals with fat and just kind of change up the macros a little bit. Another question I get is, will keto work for me if I'm an athlete or a super active person? So yeah, but it depends on what kind of activity you're doing, and there's going to be a transitional period. So if you're an anaerobic athlete, that's things like CrossFit, then you'll probably do best with carb ups. If you are an aerobic athlete, you'll actually do better on a low carb, high fat approach where you don't do carb ups. And you want to experiment with carb ups if you're an anaerobic athlete, but know that this entire process of being an athlete and adjusting to keto can take your body 6 weeks to 6 months to adjust. Another question I get is, will keto work for me if I am currently pregnant? Now, my answer is yes, but you want to listen to your body when you're pregnant. And you definitely, if you're currently pregnant right now, you totally want to chat with your doctor about that before jumping in. If I were to get pregnant tomorrow, I would continue to eat the way that I do. But if I ate like maybe more of a paleo diet with way more carbs, I probably wouldn't start eating keto the minute I get pregnant. But I have put together a couple of resources on pregnancy if you want to delve a little bit deeper. I'll include the video and podcast links in the show notes for today's episode, so you can check both of those out. And the last question I get a bunch is, will keto work for my children? So this really depends on the child, and if you're using a therapeutic approach to keto to manage a certain condition, you can always just incorporate more fat into your lifestyle and have your kids be a part of that, knowing that they'll probably require a little bit more carbohydrates than you would eat on a ketogenic diet. But ultimately, regardless of what your condition is or what your question is like, will keto work for me if X, Y, Z and A, B, C and 1, 2, 3? Ultimately, it's really, really important that you chat with your healthcare provider just to make sure you have the thumbs up from them. And if you have a healthcare provider that just hates everything about keto and won't take you seriously, it might be time to find a different healthcare provider that at least understands keto and the benefits of it and can tell you like yes or no whether or not it'll work, as opposed to no, keto diets are horrible, don't do it. That's just the experience that I've had, but ultimately I will leave it all to you and your healthcare provider to figure out, and I hope today's episode was helpful. Okay, bye! Thanks for listening to the Keto Diet Podcast. Join us again in a couple of days to discover more keto for women secrets for your fat-fueled life. The Keto Diet Podcast, including show notes and links, provides information in respect to healthy living, recipes, nutrition, and diet, and is intended for informational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, nor is it to be construed as such. We cannot guarantee that the information provided on the Keto Diet Podcast reflects the most up-to-date medical research. Information is provided without any representations or warranties of any kind. Please consult a qualified physician for medical advice and always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your health and nutrition program.